Hey y'all, it's your girl Tanyell, Keke from Queen Sugar, and I'm on a set of Mic Check with Stylist B.
Mic check with Stylist B. Mic check with Stylist B.
Mic check.
Mic check with Stylist B. Mic check with Stylist B.
Mic check.
To the set of Mic Check with me, the one and only Stylist B, where I'm always bringing you the latest and greatest in the entertainment world. And we've been acting crazy, acting fool, and acting up. And so, of course, I had to bring you someone who is doing all that type of acting and more on the big screens. Please give it up for Miss Tanyell. You like that, huh? Well, you've been getting it in.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit?
Yeah,
Okay, a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, look at the camera and tell everyone who you are, kind of what you've been up to.
My name is Tanyell Waivers. I play Keke on Queen Sugar, on Network's #1 show right now on TV. And yeah,
I heard that #1.
You know,
Doing a little bit, but she #1. You see what I'm saying?
No, it's really been amazing. It's a great show. I mean, everyone knows it now since we're going into season 4.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm an actor, New Orleanian, Capricorn.
Okay, that's what we vibe, though. We both Capricorn.
Yeah.
So, and she been giving nothing but positive energy, but I just love seeing us win. So, first of all, shooting a show in New Orleans is not guaranteed that we'll get parts where we're actually speaking and engaging. It's usually extras or feature extra roles. So to have you come on and be like a co-star with some heavy hitters, that's pretty amazing. Tell me about the journey to Queen Sugar.
The journey to Queen Sugar is my journey into this acting world, film, TV industry. Long story short, because my life is an up and down roller coaster, I got to a point where I was at a job and working a 9 to 5, and I found myself just not going anywhere with it. You know, I said, okay, I've done what I can do. And a few years back, when I was living in New York, I got into an acting class. You know, I took it, I didn't really take it seriously. And then one day I just woke up while I was here working here at my 9 to 5. I said, I just want to get back into those acting classes because they were great. The first day into my acting class, like, I was like, this is it.
Yeah.
And that was in 2013. And then just I continued with my acting classes. Long story short, I got an audition for Queen Sugar, and they just did one round. This was maybe a year and a half after I made that decision to jump into acting. And it was just, it's been uphill from there. Talk about like destiny and just divine and God.
Right.
Like nothing else explains
exactly.
it,
I was
honestly.
say when it's supposed to happen, we don't actually have to do as much for it to just take over and make things basically get in place. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, because you said you were thinking about it before. I mean, even being in New York, you would think, you know, we think as artists and as actors, oh, New York is where it's going to pop off for you. You know, like that's where it's going to take off. But no, everything is in his time. You
Definitely.
know? So, and then could you imagine, like, if you had booked a role like that in New York, like, do you think you would have even been ready for that? You see?
Not at all.
You see what
Not
I'm saying?
at all.
So, now you did one round of auditions and booked.
Yes.
You know that's pretty impressive, right?
Yeah.
You know you get like, so as an actress, you know you get several callbacks for big shows.
Yeah. Now it's so up and down what I've experienced. It's so up and down. That season 1, this casting director named Megan Lewis, she was like #1 and still is #1 casting director in Louisiana.
Yeah.
And she was getting all the big shows. So, and I guess she was so high up on the casting director line in for the show that she was able to just send people right in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
So it kind of worked like that, but this is not the first time I have auditioned for something and it was just one round of things. I don't know if that's something new that's changing.
Right.
But I've also been through the, 5 different auditions all the way up to like network right before they announce like the big thing. But it's I've experienced a little bit of both.
A little bit of both.
Yeah.
So maybe it's per project. Who knows? Or maybe sometimes if they know, they know.
Right.
And if they don't, they keep on looking until they feel like they know.
Yes.
So what can you say has been the most trying thing in your career as an actress?
Like the most
difficult.
So, one thing about me and my journey, a lot of my hiccups, I can honestly say had a lot to do with me.
Okay.
Sorry.
That's okay.
Had a lot to do with me and me getting in my own way mentally.
Mm-hmm.
I think, so one of the most difficult moments that I've had so far was just overthinking things, just forgetting to just be like myself, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like for auditions, if I know I did the work, you know, once I go into the audition room, I do the audition. When I leave it in the room.
Yeah.
Because I know I did all the work. So
Yeah.
what is there? Everything else is out of my hands.
Yeah.
So that's kind of been the most trying thing for me is me overthinking myself.
Yeah.
And that's honestly speaking.
But I think it's so hard too.
It really
I mean,
is.
you know that, but it's like,
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I've analyzed over an audition where I'm like, man, I said I was going to say it this way, and then when I got in there, I said it that way. But that's also, like you said, if you just be, you're always going to say it right because you're genuinely being in that moment.
Yeah, you're present.
But we can get so in our head.
Yeah.
Because you just want to book. Every actress wants to book, period.
Yep.
And so everything leading up to booking is sometimes very, like, anxious. You know what I mean? So.
And something else I want to add to that, my first day, so it can bleed over into afterwards too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember my very first day on Queen Sugar, I was so nervous. I was like, and this was my maybe fourth time ever on a set.
Okay.
With lines, you know, speaking role, and this was the biggest project I've been on.
Okay.
So all this pressure, knowing who's cast, knowing you know, doing all my research, seeing who's gonna be on set, thinking of Ava and Oprah and all these things.
Yeah.
Mentally getting in my way. My first day, I was so nervous, and so I say that to say because I've experienced it bleeding into even after I book it too.
Right.
But I have to remember, just now you have the role. That means it was meant for you.
Yep.
Sit in that, be confident in it, and go have fun.
Yeah.
And don't worry about, okay, I hope I do this right. No, just, you know what you're supposed to do because you got the role.
And they called you to do it for a reason.
Yeah.
But I get it because I mean, like when you say names like Ava DuVernay and Oprah Winfrey.
Yeah.
Just the weight of that alone is like, am I sitting right?
Right.
Am I speaking right?
Like,
does my hand go like this or like this? Like, you know.
Am I what? You know, hey, you know, walking in there. No, just
right. No,
yeah.
So because you want to be right. You know, like if this is your opportunity, you want to make the most of it. So
Correct.
I can understand being in your head mentally, but then it's like you have to get to a place of I was selected for this on purpose. So it wasn't an accident. I'm supposed to be here. They liked everything that I delivered.
Yep.
And so, you know, then you begin to enjoy what you do. Because for actors, it's a process of getting to a place of, okay, now I'm happy doing what I love. Because before I agonized over doing what I love, just 'cause I'm so ready to do it.
Right, exactly.
So
no, that's facts.
It's crazy. So, okay, you're on the set. You're, like, a little bit more comfortable. At what point are you like, I'm just Tanyell playing a role and I'm good?
The next day, because going home and just reflecting on my day and knowing I still have a few more days left for work, I'm like, okay, Tanyell, you need to get this. Literally in the restroom, in the mirror, telling myself I need to get it together, because it can't go down here from here. Like I won't let myself fail.
Right,
is what I told myself.
Right. I
need to get it together, do what you gotta do, go, you know, call your mama, pray, go run, go do something, go study, call your coach, because tomorrow is gonna come whether you want it or not. And you have the job. This is your job now.
Yeah.
So you might as well go in there and kill it.
And that part though, this is your job now.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, which is such a blessing.
Yes.
I'm just like, you have the job. Like, girl, everything else, no.
Okay, it's secondary.
Yeah.
So, well, speaking as a fan of the show, I can't ever tell that you're nervous.
Thank you.
You're, and I hate to say cute because you're grown. People don't know you're a grown woman. Because you're playing like a high school student, you know. So I say cute because of the character you're playing. You're beautiful and grown in real life.
Thank you.
But it's such a cute character, you know what I mean? And I feel like you fully commit to that role. Like, I would believe she's in high school. I believe she's dating this guy she cares for. I believe she's the girl that stays her ground. Like, I'm here for that girl. And she's also like what high school kids look like now, because she has changed so much. You know what I mean? So I love watching you on the show. I'm like, I'm here for it. I'm sold. I'm sold on it. I ID her because she's so good at it. Like, I'm like, no, she was with that young boy. Right.
And it's funny now talking to like people who watch it and not knowing me, not knowing Tanyell.
Right.
That's how they talk to me. They're talking to, for them, they're talking to Keke.
Right.
So the whole conversation is just like, and make sure that boy don't, make sure you don't do all this with this boy because he got this other girlfriend up there. You never know what, you know. That's how people talk to me now, and it's just like,
ma'am.
Okay.
I'm not actually a teenager.
Yeah.
I just play one on TV.
Yes.
Okay, that part. I know, that's what I love about, like, how I don't want to put a generic blanket over like our race or our culture, but I do believe we can play any age believably for the most part. You know what I mean? Like, until we are like all the way up in age or really young babies, that in between we could really go any way. And I love that about our culture. You know, so that's such a convenient thing to be able to play a high school student, to be able to play a college student, to be able to play a young mom. That's a large range of roles that could come your way. You know what I mean?
I'm excited for it. I received it. You know, we gonna find out. Okay.
So if you weren't acting, what would you be doing?
I would be so for me, my backup plan was always to be a teacher.
Okay.
A lot of my family come from education. Their background is education. That so that I would be a teacher.
Okay. Now, young kids, middle school, high school.
High school. For
you would choose high school.
I would choose high
let me
school.
To that.
Yes, I would choose high school because I think of myself when I was in high school and think about the type of role models that. Even I had great women in my life, like my mom, you know, not downplaying none of that, but
in your school,
but in the school system, I think if I had more of that in my school system, and that's what I want to be for other girls. So.
Yeah, I find myself wanting to be what I lacked. You know what I mean? Wanting to be what I lacked. So I could see that because I mean like growing up. Like,
right.
Sorry, like whatever. First of all, appreciate that conversation though. But you know, like growing up. So like you just said, like in high school, I wish I had this or I wish I had that. I find myself giving that to young girls. So like I could totally see mentoring high school students, but I've taught them. But maybe it was because I was teaching drama. But they are so like. They don't want to be embarrassed. They care about what everybody thinks. So we do more mentoring than we could ever do whatever I was teaching.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think that's why I was like, oh, you would choose them? So, like, I would do a mentor program, but thinking of clocking in Monday through Friday with everything. And their plates are so much heavier than... When I was a kid, I was not thinking about the things that they have on there. Yeah. So it's heavy. It
really is.
Too heavy.
I remember those days, like my mom would come home from just school and just see just see all the weight that she had on her. You know what I mean? Yeah. I would want to go in the school system and try to find the balance of helping children, but also
without losing yourself.
Exactly,
girl.
Without losing yourself.
That's heavy.
These teachers give so much of themselves, and that is one occupation. It's teachers, warriors, and nurses. Those three occupations, like I really like.
Yeah, hats off to you.
Definitely.
So here is my question. You say you were not lacking, but wanting to see more of that support, kind of. That's why you would do high school. So if you could tell young Tanyell anything, the high school student they think that you are, what would you tell? What would be that one piece of advice you give her?
To speak up. That's what I would tell her.
Okay.
To say whatever she wants to say. Tanyell was. Well, she was
out of it, right?
She was. I'm now coming more into myself, even at this age. So I would tell her to speak up, open her mouth, say something. Whether it may come out sounding crazy or not, it's worth it. Like speak up.
Speak your truth too.
Speak your truth. Basically, is that.
So you'd give young Tanyell a voice.
Yes.
Yeah, I like that.
Yes.
I'm here for it. I'm gonna take a little sip.
Let's take a
I like the
little
energy you're giving me. I like the growth that you're giving me. The
Thank
process, as actors, actresses, entrepreneurs, there's so many like speed bumps along the way. And I think really those speed bumps are created to create who you are.
Oh,
you know what
that's
I mean?
life.
Yeah.
That's life. Right there, the definition of life. Because you have to, what if we didn't have those downs? You know what I mean? Where are we coming up from? That the feeling of coming out of something and going through something at the end of it is really the most precious part of like downfalls and those, depths and valleys and stuff like that. If that makes sense.
No, it makes
So,
perfect
girl, we
sense.
get deep. We
Right,
get
I
deep.
know. It brought me a little look like I had to tone it down to be here. Like, you're right. You're right. I'm like, you gotta stop internalizing your thoughts. You gotta speak. We on TV. But that's me. I was internalizing it all. That type of stuff. Like, you go through stuff to make you who you are, and it makes you better across the board. Even if it's something as simple as auditioning or owning the room once you have auditioned. You know what I mean? So, what do you have coming up for us? Like, what can we be on the lookout for?
So I have a movie called Ma coming out May 31st.
Okay.
It's a horror film starring Octavia Spencer.
Okay, horror.
Yes.
Where that came from?
I don't know. I don't know because I don't watch scary movies.
Okay. But you in one.
I'm in one.
But y'all take that check for a scary movie. I ain't got to watch them. That part.
No, but it's good.
It's good. Okay, can we know about your character?
No.
Okay, damn. I knew she was gonna say that.
But you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. It's really good. I'm excited for people to see Octavia Spencer in this role because she.
That's new for her too.
Yeah.
That's outside of the wheelhouse we've seen her play.
Exactly. Exactly, and I think it just will show again how amazing she is. Yeah.
Well, I'm excited. So that's May 31st.
May 31st. Theaters nationwide.
Yeah, I'm excited to see that. And it's called Ma?
Ma. M-A.
See, that scares me right there. I don't like playing with nobody mama. See, I'm trying to get her to give me a little bit. So are you saying it's about a mother?
I'm saying that the movie's called Ma. May 31st, nationwide. Thank you.
That was cute.
Yeah, no, it's good. But no, it's good. It's about, so I can tell you what it's about.
Okay.
Because there's already, the trailer and everything is out. There's Instagram, social media, everything is out. So it's about a middle-aged woman who tricks these young kids to come over to her house and have a party. And then the kids just eventually finds out that it's not as what they expect it to be.
Okay. It's the setup. See, that's why you can't be going by nobody's house. You know? Tanyell, you should have asked me. I would have told you. Don't go.
Oh.
No, but I would have stopped you. I don't want you to reach no contract. No. But you was about to give me a little more.
I don't know where I'm at. I'm in the house.
Okay. I'm going to shift gears. I ain't trying to get you in trouble.
Yes.
So we're going to play a little game. Okay? Since we're talking about, now we done went from Queen Sugar, which is more like a drama,
it's a drama.
to a horror film, right? So we're going to play emotional conversation, okay? I make this stuff up as I go. So basically, we'll have a general conversation about how your day was today.
Okay.
But every time I say an emotion, you have to speak or be in that emotional state while having this conversation.
Okay.
Are you ready? I can't. So, let me know when you find your space in your shirt.
I'm ready.
Okay. So how was your day today? It was good?
My day was great.
What did you get into?
I ran this morning and then I was just so mad because I ran down the street and I went to go get some coffee and the freaking coffee was out.
Oh no, not the coffee being out, Lord.
My favorite coffee.
Oh, okay.
She expects me to come get my coffee every morning.
Happy.
And then she found it.
Okay. All right. She found the coffee.
She found the coffee, and I was like, ew, that's my coffee. Yes. So I went and got my coffee, and I went and got my coffee. Well, my coffee was cold.
No. Cold coffee.
I mean, I know people drink cold coffee, but I didn't want it.
Afraid.
I went home. I went home and I made some breakfast.
Enraged. Okay, I quit. I quit. That scared me right there. And sing, okay? First of all, get her coffee. That's what I learned.
Y'all, I don't
and
even
make
know
sure
what
it's hot.
I had great coffee. It was good.
In case your barista looking.
I know, right?
That was really impressive. Very impressive.
Thank you.
I got a little scared when you was angry.
Thank you.
You know, and I'm not a scary person, but I got a little scared. And then enraged. I wasn't playing them.
No, tap out.
Tap out.
Bye.
Tap out. You win.
Yeah.
You win. No, but
That
thank you
stuff
for
is
entertaining
so
me.
therapeutic.
I know,
Yes.
right? People don't get that, but I think because you don't get to do like that would be crazy in real life. Like what we do would be considered crazy in real life.
Facts.
But it's like a catharsis. It releases everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's a vessel to release things.
Mhm.
So if you were angry about something else, you can channel that into this scene where you're supposed to be angry, you know?
Yeah.
And it genuinely releases that. So
Yeah.
it's
And it
so
makes
fun.
it more real.
Yeah, it does.
It makes
does.
it real.
And that's the
Feel
only
it.
thing too though that's taxing about it too. Because when you're done, if you're playing an emotional character
Yes.
all day, then by the time you're home you're just drained because you've been emotional all day.
Yep. I experienced that.
Oh.
A lot of adrenaline running and literally you have to I would literally walk off and you have to shake it off physically and just, because it's real.
Yeah.
And it's not you.
Yeah.
So, now you gotta go back to
But
you.
you just lived it. So
Right, exactly.
It's like it's not you, but it was you. You
Yeah.
you literally lived it. I can't remember, they had a number of celebrities, actors specifically, committing suicide based off roles they had played. One of the biggest ones was Heath Ledger when after the Joker.
Yeah.
And it's like that role was phenomenal.
Yep.
But think about what it must have taken for him to get in that type of mindset
Yes.
to play that character.
Yeah.
And then I heard, because I didn't really read this, but multiple conversations with other actors around the city that he was a method actor. So if anybody who doesn't know, that means that they literally put themselves in these situations to be really of that mindset. So that's trying.
Yeah.
So it can be a release, but you also got to definitely have a fine line between fiction and reality.
Yeah. And you have to have
over.
your, even if it involves having a certain set of people around you, that's important to your daily routine. That's important. How you wake up, what you take in mentally, spiritually, health wise, all of that stuff is really important, especially in acting, because he literally gave all of himself, his soul in that moment. If you can even mentally understand that, and make that seem like a reality, but it's real, And to be honest, for me, that's what I don't think the Heath Ledger is definitely the extreme of it, but those Oscar award winning moments, that's those moments.
Yeah, that's what gets that.
That's those moments where you completely.
Yeah, you are no longer Tanyell. You are now whatever
you are
this
that
character
person.
is.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well, listen, I look forward to you losing safely yourself in every role that comes your way. I'm so excited that you sat down with us. I appreciate your spirit and your talent. And so I do want you to tell my audience one more time where they can find you, where they can follow, whatever IG, social media you have. Go ahead and give it to them for me.
So you can find me on Instagram at Tanny Fanny, TANNYFANNY. Tanny's my nickname. You can call me Tanny too.
Not everybody.
you know, right. Not everybody. Tanyell, okay. But Tanny Patty on Instagram, Tanyell Waivers on Facebook and Twitter.
Yeah. And then the movie coming out May 31st, Ma. So
Yes.
make sure you guys check that out.
Nationwide, go check it out. You
Yeah.
can find it now on, you Google it, all social media platforms.
Yeah.
It's up.
So listen, make sure you check it out. I'm always bringing you the latest and greatest. And before we close out, I do have a gift for you. Since you gifted us with your talent. Yes, yes. I pull magically from here and it appears. So here you go.
Thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much. I appreciate that. Can I open it?
Yeah,
Wait.
go ahead.
Oh, we over there now. Okay.
They already know what you got. The audience knows what you got.
Oh,
if
yeah.
they've been watching.
Oh, I'm part of the crew. I'm part of the team. I love it. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
You're welcome. It's just a little token of our appreciation whenever our guests come on. You know, we appreciate you taking the time to sit down with us and to share your journey with our audience. And you could have been anywhere in the world, but you sat right here with me.
Yeah, thank you. Go.
So thank y'all for tuning in. We'll be right back with another episode of Mic Check with me, the one and only Stylist B. And remember, until next time, never let anyone dim your light or mute your mic.
Yeah.